All right, you guys, it's episode 24 of War Stories. I'm going to get straight to it. No bullshitting, man. Let me cut straight to the chase. So check it out, man. I know it's been a week since I put anything out, but I'm back. Anyway, let me get straight into this story, man, because I want to get this out to you guys ASAP. So over the course of the last couple of years since I've been on YouTube, a lot of you have asked in the past if the NF has ever pushed up on Woodie. You guys wanted to know if we ever had to extort Woodie, if anybody was ever sent out there to press him as far as, getting them to contribute money. And I'm going to tell you guys like this, man, straight up, no bullshit, no fluff, um, none of the bullshit, man. As far as I know, Woodie was never approached like that. Nobody was ever sent out to push him as far as contributing. Woodie contributed freely. He was somebody that believed in taking care of his people. So this was something that he was doing on his own. Woodie was all about contributing. Now, you guys know my history, man. You guys know that I've been a regimental commander all over the Bay Area, up Sonoma County, San Francisco, at one time in the East Bay, out there in Salinas, San Jose. And I'm not saying that to beat my chest. What I'm saying is it wasn't a one-hitter quitter. I was part of leadership. So I would know if somebody was ever sent out there to press Woodie, because the rappers that were out there that were making money off of the flag, off of the red baño, those names and those situations, they came up. They were a topic that I was personally involved in up in the Bay, and I'm going to get to that. But I obviously, being part of leadership, I obviously knew a lot that was going on. I can't sit here and tell you straight out that I knew everything, because there is guys that are part of leadership that had a regiment out there. For an example, some guys up there were padrinos and were given a specific area and a figurehead to operate in that area, a regimental commander. And they did things off the cuff this wasn't something that was voted on. It wasn't something that was cleared by brass. It was something that they did personally, that they implemented themselves. Or it was the regimental commander that was out there that did it themselves. So, one of the things that came up, and I'm going to give you guys an example, like El Norte Law. This is something that I talked about in the past, and I'm pretty sure most of you remember what El Norte Law was about. But for those of you that don't, so El Norte Law was an implementation. It was basically a mandate, and it was an advisement to all the norteños out there, all the norteños on the streets that were out there functioning on the streets, or even the ones that weren't functioning, the hermanos and the carnales. It was an implementation advising everybody that, look, you guys are out there, you guys are rapping about the movement, you guys are rapping about the struggle, you're rapping about the cause, the NF, the norteños, our history. You guys are putting it all out there. So because you guys are rapping about, the things that we've done, our sweat and blood, everybody's expectations, or everybody's gonna be on the same playing field pretty much. Everybody's gonna contribute. If the hermanos and the carnales gotta contribute their money, not only their money, but their sweat and blood, then why should you guys be allowed to benefit off of the cause by cutting these rap albums and you're not contributing? Some of you guys have never even been to prison. You're just little young norteños that know a little bit about the cause, know a little bit about the struggle, and you're putting it in words, you're vocalizing it, and you guys are getting paid, but you're making no effort to contribute, to give back to the people that are back there in the shoot programs that caught time, that some of them have caught life sentences over this shit. So, El Norte Law was something that was implemented by Cuete, and it was something that wasn't voted on. It was a personal endeavor that he basically implemented. It was a ballsy move, man. When Cuete became an interim general after Pinky got sent back to Santa Clara County, I mean, he started putting shit in motion from the gate. Oh boy, had some balls, man. I'll tell you that right now. First thing he did was have Brown Bob whacked. Then after that, he started sending mandates out about El Norte Law. And then he sent Huerito out there and did the whole fucking dark room familia thing. So he had a plan. And as soon as he got in that position of power, he started implementing. He started fucking pushing buttons and pulling strings, man. That's what he did. Everybody knows that. But, you know, aside from that, El Norte Law that's basically what it was saying. It was saying that, you know, since you guys are out there benefiting from it, you guys come into the county jails, you come into our establishments, you're guarded and you're protected. You come up under our guardianship. You guys come off the streets, you're given a care package, you come in and you get the amenities and the privileges and the luxuries that we fight for and that we work to establish. So why should you guys just get that for free? Why should you benefit from that? If the hermanos gotta go out there and they gotta, you know, commit some of their life, because they're not, you guys all know that it's not a lifetime commitment to function out there if you're an NR member, but you know, they commit themselves to whatever time it is, man, a year, a couple years, or whatever. They commit themselves, they contribute their money, they make their sacrifices. Then why shouldn't you guys? That was Cuete's own thinking, though. In my opinion, it was a good move in some aspects, but in others, it was kind of like, man, he was kind of strong-arming some of the norteños that didn't sign up for that. There was a lot of norteños that didn't want to get involved in the politics. Well, this right here, El Norte Law, thrust them right up in the middle of it. It was basically saying that you guys are going to start contributing 25% of all your criminal activities. You guys are expected now to work out there with the hermanos, with the carnales. You know, you guys flag our flag. You know, you wear our colors. You're you know, everything that we're doing. Those of us that have life in here, those of us that have caught time, we're doing for you guys. So fuck that. Why shouldn't you guys have to contribute? That's basically what El Norte Law was about. It was an advisement that everybody's expectations were being elevated. The other thing that it was about, there was some other provisions that were in there, but the other thing was, it was basically, I don't know if you want to, well, it was an advisement as well, this part that I'm talking about, that basically was saying, you know what, for the last 10 to 15 years, we've become so ensconced, so entrenched with making money and generating money on the streets and figuring out ways to take advantage of some of the opportunities out there, the ventures on the streets, that we kind of slept what's happening over here. You know, shout out to all the Southsiders, man, all the upstaters. Shout out to the Sureños, man, no disrespect. But what they were calling it was an infestation. Cuete was basically saying, while we've been over here generating money, our backyard, our streets have become infested with Southsiders. So with that being said, it's all of our responsibility. It's all of our, you know, it's expected for all of us to stop the red on red conflict, to stop all that shit, to come together in unison and to begin stumping out these Sureño strongholds. And they were everywhere. You guys already know, man, they were in every big city and every small city in between, man. From all the way from Oregon, all the way back down to Fresno. There were Southsiders in every city, big and small, man. So that's what El Norte Law was, the bare bones part of it. That's what it was about. There were some other things, but that was the main focus, to elevate everybody's status, to have everybody come into the fold, start working together, contributing, and then it addressed the no red on red edicts and the other stuff that was going on at that time. So, you know, like I said, man, Huete came in with the plan, and you know, for him, it was all gas, no brakes, man. And that's why he's in trouble right now, or that's why he got stripped and he was relegated to where he's at. He's always going to be a Cat 1. He's never going to be able to be part of the leadership ever again, unless everybody else dies and he's the last one at 90 years old. You know what I'm saying? But on the real, though, that's why him and Tex were both relegated, and that's why you don't ever hear nothing about him. You might see him pop up in an occasional picture that's coming out of the feds, but other than that, you don't hear nothing about him. So anyway, going back to 1994, the end of 94, the beginning of 1995, I'm out there in San Francisco. I'm functioning in that area at that time. And our primary focus at that time was to get the regiment up and on track out there in San Francisco. That's one thing about the city, man, that it's never really been established. I had it for a couple years out there, and I kind of brought it together, but I never got it to work like I did in San Jose or in Salinas, where I had 20 to 30 members that were functioning, and we just had like a straight, strong unit out there, man. It was never like that in San Francisco. And a lot of that has to do with the homies out there. They're a different breed and they're on some different shit. They're not about that homeboy shit, man. They're not about prison politics. A lot of the homies out there, they look at the NR, the NF as interlopers, cats that put prison politics before the hood. You know what I mean? Tribal loyalty's a motherfucker, man. You know what I'm saying? Some cats, man, they really bang their fucking hood, man. That's first and foremost before anything and everything else, because that's where they came from. You know what I'm saying? So you got these guys coming in out of prison trying to push these politics, talking about, hey, shoot me 25% of everything you guys got. Like a lot of cats out there in San Francisco, we'll be out there killing a lot of my homies, man, if we really pressed up on them like that, because a lot of them are like, nah, man, we ain't with that shit. We're out here, you know, trying to make money, trying to get our bag, man. We ain't trying to send fucking 25% to fucking Pelican Bay. You know what I mean? So I think that's why San Francisco was never really established. And it's a big city, man. It should have generated a lot of money. If places like Salinas, San Jose can generate a lot of money, tens of thousands of dollars, San Francisco, it has the potential, but I'll be honest, I wasn't able to do it. And none of the other homies that were before me or after have been able to do it. You're lucky if you got 2 or 3 individuals that are functioning out there pushing any kind of weight at all, man. They're not really doing it like that. So anyway, me and Chuy at that time, our primary focus was to get the city up and on track. That's what we were trying to do. And we had somewhat of a small regiment. We had some good homies out there that were strong, but powers in numbers. You guys know how it works, man. We just couldn't get a lot of homies to get on, man, to sign up. A lot of them were like, hey, we're here, man, and we'll assist. But nah, man, as far as, you know, signing in and working with you guys on a daily, nah, it ain't that type of party out here, man. So anyway, one of the directives that came up at that time, or one of the things that we were asked to do, well, at that time, it came through Chuy's channel, was to go out to Antioch and to tap in with Woodie. And it wasn't to go out there to press him. It wasn't to go out there and to extort him or to tell him that he needed to start contributing. It was just to go tap in with him, go fill him out. You know, he's a homie that's out there generating a lot of money. He's starting to come up. He's an up and coming rapper out there. So they wanted us to punch in with them to just make sure that we were on the same page. So that's what we did, man. Me and Chuy, we mobbed out there to Antioch. And this was the only time that I've ever been to Antioch, that I ever really stopped in that city and kicked it out there. The only time, I mean, how ironic is that? To go out there, for the only time that I've been out there was to kick it with Woodie, and he's gone now. He passed away in 2007. You guys all know what happened. But anyway, so we touched base with him. Chuy got his info. He knew how to get a hold of him. He had already had all that situated. So we mob out there. We end up meeting the homie. We met him out there at some park, not the park we ended up at towards the end. I don't know. It was some park that I was trying to find that park, but I couldn't. So we met him at a park. He was with a couple youngsters. He had a bunch of little youngsters with him, and you know, we kicked it with them. We chopped it up with them. We spent, you know, a couple hours with them. We did lunch and we just chilled, man. You know, they had some beer. I brought my little fucking, you know, my 40s with me. We were all drinking. At that time, man, I was drinking like a motherfucker, man. I always had to have a beer with me. But so we're out there. I'm getting drinking my little old English. I'm starting to get a buzz, man. So like after we do our business, that's when we started drinking. So anyway, after we take care of everything we got to take care of with Woodie and the little homies, they smash off. They go on to take care of whatever Woodie said, hey, I can come meet you guys for a couple hours. After that, I gotta cut. There's some shit I gotta take care of. Cool, man. We're gonna come out there with you, kick it with you for a couple hours, and then we're gonna skirt out, man. But so when they left, we end up going to a spot out there. We hit another liquor store, we got some more beer, and then me and Chuy went to a park called Buchanan Park. So we go out to this park and we just went out there to just chill, man. It was a sunny ass day. Antioch's a nice little city. And we just went out there to drink some beer and kick it. So we go to this park. There's a lot of people out there. Everybody's like just kicking back in the sun on the grass. They got a little spot to swim, like a little lake. And then there's like a public swimming pool. I remember there was a public swimming pool, and then there's a bunch of picnic benches and spots where you can barbecue. It's a cool spot to just lounge, man, and just kick it. Good little family spot. So me and Chuy, at that time, man, I didn't run around all flamed up with red, but occasionally I throw on a red shirt, red baseball cap or something, man. So I think Chuy had on he was flamed up that day. Chuy always was wearing red, man. But us sitting in the park, there were some little youngsters that eventually approached us, and they're like, "Hey, you guys ain't from out here, huh?" And we're like, "Nah, bro, we're from the city, you know what I mean? And we just came out there and tapped in with your boy, Woodie. And you guys are kicking it with Woodie? Yeah, that's the homie, man." And so they kick it, and we start chilling with them. We're drinking beer and shit, man. And our thing is, like I said, we just went to the park just to kick it for a little bit, and then we were going to cut back to the city. So while we're kicking it with these youngsters, there were two Africanos that apparently they knew these youngsters because they walked up and, they shook hands with these youngsters. So, I imagine they had some kind of history with them or they knew them. But one of the first things I noticed when they walked up is one of the Africanos had a lot of gold on, man. Old boy had a ring on every finger, and he had a bunch of chains around his neck. And my thing is robberies, man. That's my MO. That's what I used to do. That's my thing. And even to this day, man, I still got to stop myself from that criminal mindset. I'll be somewhere, and it's something that I have to still contend with, man, is my criminal way of thinking. I'll be in a bank or something, and I'll see somebody withdraw a stack of money, and that thought will cross, man, I could get this fool outside in the parking lot, and that's a quick come up right there. But there's cameras. I'm a 3 striker, you know what I'm saying? There's just a lot of things that keeps me in check now, man. You know what I'm saying? Plus, the game ain't no fun no more, man. That's over. So anyway, when I see the gold, it's the first thing that I zone in on, man. I see the gold, I hone in on that shit, man. And so the Africanos, they kick it. They kick it right there, and they're chopping it up with these youngsters, and we're talking to them and shit. And my thing is, I want to make sure that these little Africanos are not homies, because I'm already like, as soon as I seen the gold, I'm like, I got to get this fool. I got to get him, man. And I don't know if Chuy was thinking the same thing as me. He kind of followed suit after everything started, man. Let's just say that. So come to find out, because there is a lot of Africano norteños. There's a lot of norteños that are black. You know what I mean? So I wanted to make sure I'm not about to jack a little homeboy, man. And these guys, when I say little homeboy, I mean, they were about, at 94, 95, I was 25 years old. These guys they were around the same age, or they were probably around 20, 21, 22. So anyway, talking to him, I forget how I asked him, but I asked him a couple questions that basically established in my mind that they were not homies. That's what I'm trying to say. I was satisfied with them not being homies. You know what I mean? It's like I said, I didn't want to jack no little homies, man. I wanted to make sure that they were just two cats that got caught slipping. So anyway, at some point, I kind of give Chewy I'm kind of like giving him the nod and the wink, like check this homie shit out, right? Right away he catches on, right? He's like, yeah, let's get him. So I had a pistol on me. It was whenever we would go to a city like this, to another city or somewhere like that, one of us would always be packing, man. It was always mandatory. And at that time, I used to run a 94 or 95 in the city. Majority of the time, I used to carry a pistol out there, man. The early 90s as well, when I was out of prison. But anyway, so the Africano with all the gold, he's in a fucked up position because we're at a picnic table and he's sitting down. He's on the bench with his legs tucked in. So he can't get up real quick. He can't get away. He's in a compromised position. That's one thing that I noticed about him. Like he's in a perfect spot to get him. His boy's standing up, but he's not gonna bust a grape because as soon as I get on this dude, I know Chewy's gonna get on that dude, just in case. So at one point, you know, I finished my beer, man, and well, I'll tell you guys this after. So at one point after I finish my beer, all I do is this, I'm standing next to this Africano that's sitting down. I just slide up behind him and put my knee in his back, and I pull the pistol out and I put it to the side of his head, and I tell him, give me the fucking gold, bro. Give it all to me, man. And I told you guys this during my live last night. I said, give me all your rings, give me your chains. I told you guys that this is what reminded me about this story last night when I was doing my live. I told you guys, have you ever robbed somebody and seen somebody spit to take their rings off? That's what he did. So when I pulled the gun out and I put it to his head, he damn near shit on himself, like scared the shit out of him. Because when I told him, give me your rings, give me all your fucking chains, man, give it all to me, he was like, you know what I mean? He took all his rings off his right hand, and then he took all his rings off his left hand. Honestly, man, too, I'm gonna be honest. I actually felt bad for the cat, man. You know what I'm saying? Because he didn't make no effort. I mean, there's nothing he could do. I had a pistol to the side of his head, but you know, he was just like, just the way that he went with it, man. I kind of felt bad for him, man. His homie didn't say nothing, man. The youngsters that were there, the little homies, they didn't say shit, but we ended up apologizing. Hey, man, Spencer, you know what I'm saying? It is what it is, bro. They got caught slipping, man. You know what I'm saying? Hey, hopefully you guys will learn from this, man. I mean, that's what we told these youngsters. It wasn't our intention to hurt them or nothing like that, man. We jacked them. We took their shit, man. But anyway, this is a short one. You know what I mean? I wanted to get this one out to you because it did involve Woodie. And it was the only time I ever went to Antioch that I went over there to see Woodie, and this incident ended up taking place, man. I know it's been a minute since I've been gone, but like I said, give me a little bit to get my feet back up under me, man. I got a couple more. I'm gonna try to get at least one or two more to you guys tonight. And then I'm gonna try to jump into the inner demons, man. I just got to get I got to get my mojo back, man. But anyway, this is episode 24. This is War Stories, man. I'm gonna try to hit you with that hat trick. We'll see what happens, man. It's your boy B, man. I'm out.